Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 81 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will tell you that the market globally is still on a mixed direction after market have suffered losses the previous day, most of them across the globe on Monday. Then this morning, I see that the US and the European stocks are opening on a stronger note after the previous day decline. Just as concern for galloping inflation and aggressive monetary policy tightening across the globe, it's also likely to slow down the economy growth, knowing that what is happening in Ukraine and Russia is not helping matter at this moment. That means as central bank across the globe continue also to hike rate on the strength of inflation hitting new high. You can see remember what happened in US when they released their May data for inflation, almost hitting 40 years high. Last week also saw that the European central bank also adjusted shifted their rate adjustment from to July to start also adjusting rate up on the strength of same inflation figure that will guide them to know how far they will go in the adjustment of what of the rate that we expected to kind of tighten rate, or is just to manage what to manage inflation. But we can see also that that the commodity price is not also helping matter as we speak now. If you look at what is happening globally, as far that crude oil price continue to hit new high, and also that's going to put pressure on the inflation, and that is why prices of gasoline, diesel, oil related energy is looking up because of what is happening in Ukraine, and because commodity price, especially crude oil, is hitting a new roof on that is putting pressure on the global economy, and that is why many people are still also afraid of now that we are seeing the same central bank hiking three interest rate. In this, most of them are kind of deflating recovery, deflating growth in their climate. On that note, this might likely lead toward to economic recession, global economic recession. That is why around the globe, you can see many traders and investors are concerned, and also they are very well skeptical in terms of watching at what is happening in the market. Yes, the market is also providing for opportunity for them to hedge against inflation, but because these inflations around the world is becoming something else in terms of hitting new high. Some stocks are also losing because of what rate is being hiked. And when there is rate hike in any environment, people want to prefer to go into into the fixed income instrument where there's no risk. But despite that, at the end of the day, inflation will kind of put the valuation on their investment. But most of them don't mind because at the end of the day, they can get. But some are looking away from it because of high risk, and also market is also driving, kind of oscillating in that mature market. But if you come back home, you know that we just resume. Today is our first trading day after our democracy holiday on Monday. But down here you can see that the market this morning is also trying to find direction, going up and down to speak. Market is already in slight red this morning. You can see that all these are what is forming, where the market look like, especially as we are looking forward to see, the month of May inflation figure from World Statistics tomorrow. That's also going to form where our market will move to. That's why I said these two pay event. Now, first of all, the first one will be the inflation figure, and also the Q2 or half year earnings that coming that will kick off in the first week or second week of July. And don't forget that also this is the end of the month. We expect that we will be dressing by the fund managers and others will also put some kind of misdirection for the market between now and end of the month of June. Already today is 14. We have gone almost halfway of the month of June. That means from next week, even toward this week, once after the official figure tomorrow, see how the market is going to digest and analyze this report, and where should we? Is it going to threaten the fixed income market the more? Okay, which companies so far in the market on the equity side have a stronger earnings, that will also support a stronger payout at the end of the day in terms of dividend, and also price appreciation where it can hedge against inflation. These are what will be happening after the inflation figure, and also after this inflation figure, we want to also look at what will be the next action of what the MPC meeting, because you can see that most of the mature economy, once they do first inflation figure, they usually have to adjust their rate based on what on the figure they've just seen, or they just release on based on their what inflation. What also after seeing the main inflation, what is the central bank of Nigeria going to do? Are they still to hike rate? Because you can see that even the rate they've hiked, it's just going to slow down the recovery of the economy. Not only that, economic activity will slow down. Yes, they want to manage kind of liquidity coming from the political angle when it comes to electronic activity that is going on right now within the system. That also is want to control. If you want to control that, on the expense on the expense of the economy recovery or economic growth or economic expansion, because actually you can see that if you look at the economic growth so far, our record in terms of GDP, yes, we have seen the first figure around second quarter 2021, when we was about either 5.01. Since then, it has been on a decline. But if you compare what we saw in the first quarter 2021 and what we saw first quarter 2022, here you see there is a great growth from about 0.4 to almost 3.12. But if you look at on a quarterly basis, that it has been declining. Are you going to sacrifice the economy for to manage money back political system we have that is pushing fund around? No, you need to also look at this thing together as these are the things that will form where the market will flow in. That is why in the coming master class, we're going to look at which sector, which companies in Nigeria that you see that their earnings will be doubling due to what? Due to their dual earnings. At the same time, look at where the earnings was going to support a stronger payout, which we know that at the end of the day, your earnings will be higher than what we are seeing in the fixed income market. That will be attraction for those that want to move into the market. Yes, also you want to balance risk. We know that yes, when there is inflation, your risk in the fixed income market is low, but at the end of the day, what you are earning is negative return. But if you want to go to equity is very volatile because of high rate, high interest rate. When interest rate is going to put pressure on the equity market, someone want to live to where this is small. You need to manage all this. This is why I said at any given time you need to apply your stop loss, take away emotion, and at the same time use your support and resistance your support and resistance tools technically very well. Once you know how to use this tool, you need to know. That means when you know how to do this, you are on the right direction. Once you know how to apply your stop loss, use your support and resistance level at any given time, that will help you to know exactly what to do. Now, we want to look at what is how to use your support and your resistance level before we go to the state of the market. If you look at this chart now here, I've said it earlier before now that if you look at this point, look at this point, look at this point, I'll tell you these are tops here, here, here. Before it break out, it came down. But when it came down, it rebounded. But there's no break out this top. This is what called triple tops already. You can see that market is on what is side trending already, waiting for a trigger. You can see after touching here, market has remained on the side trend. That means here is the top, and here what we call resistance level. Because the resistance level, a breakout of this one with information, with increased momentum, increased volume, you now see another trend as well. Also, there's maybe a pullback here. When people are also panicking and they're selling off, can start coming down. That is price correction is necessary because look at where the market is coming from. Then correction coming at this point is not surprise, for me. And that means that we need to wait for a trigger. Like I said, the two things that we're looking at to see what inflation will be tomorrow, and also how the earnings of quoted companies for Q2 for half year will go to be. That will give information where the market was. If the earnings come and they maintain the trend we saw in Q1 and what we saw in 2021, we'll see the market breaking out the 54 that he had thought before pulling back and continuing the journey. But if not, there will be kind of rebalancing and also the kind of correction, but that will come. But that's why you need to keep your finger crossed. That's why you need to make sure that you make time to join the masterclass, because look at what we did in Q2 in masterclass. All the defensive stock that we're giving, I'll tell you, they've returned out of the 5 of them. 4 of them have hit their target, and investors have taken profit. In 2 of them, they hit their target already. These are defensive stock. You need to know how to play this defensive stock so that at the end of the day, you can protect your capital. Yes, those of capital acquisition, yes, some of them are in green, but few of them also are in red. But you need to know, have you met your target? And if you are in defensive stock, you don't need to panic, because if you are in master class for Q2 and those stocks are say they are defensive, you are in position, then your portfolio should be in profit now. That's why I said in this kind of volatile market, you need to see position that you can take with less risk and still be making money and still be growing your portfolio. And that is why you need to make time to join us in this coming master class, so that those stocks that are going to pick for the master class for 90 days, you take advantage of it and also make money in the market. As I just said, this is the what we call the resistance level here, here, here. Then also this point and this point is also what we call a support level. But when market break out this up one, I mean that this top one cannot become what another another support. Because when it break out and start coming down, here become another. That means another the top or resistance becomes support. But now you can see that at this point now, this was once a top here, But now it has turned us to what a support level now at this point. But this is where market when it was pulling back, touch here, I rebounded, it went up. But it didn't touch when it was coming, I didn't touch this level again. So somewhere here before I rebounded, but you can see these 3 places now, these 3 points, 1, 2, 3, is now gone the top, what we call a the resistance level. You can see it here, and that is why in technical analysis the concept of trading levels, support and are very undoubtedly two of these are most used used or discussed attributes in technical analysis, because it gives you an insight how to to read your chart, how to look at patterns, and also how to look at price action, what is happening in price action. If you know how to use your support and resistance level very well, I will tell you in any market, you know exactly when to take profit and also when to jump into new position, because this support and resistance level with your price action and volume will give you insight on what to do at any given time. As a trader or investor, you need to look at this level, level or price level to know exactly what is happening in that particular aspect, to know that what is happening in that chart pattern, to see where it's going. Is it closing on a bearish candle or on a bullish candle? You will know, because these are the things that will help you to prevent you losing capital at the same time, to help you also to know what the price is set to do. Once you're able to establish direction from this price action using the help of resistance and support level, you know exactly where the market is heading. At first, at first you see that you must have this support or resistance level for you to start trading. If market is trending up, it has not gotten to a level where you slow down, or whether you have not gotten your support level. Like at this point here now, when market is moving, you can see it was a straight wall. Here is an uptrend already. This price action moving or index action moving. You can see it here. Here, but when it got to this level, slow down. Here become a resistance level. You can see it here. Here it came down a little bit, but it now become double top here. It now pull back. It now break out this one and get to this level before pulling back again. You can see where it is now. That is why you need to look at your chart exactly to know what is there, what is happening. That will help you to know how to use your resistance and support to identify opportunity or level where you should jump in or where you should not jump in. Because these two come together in various forms so that you will know exactly how to use it. Because if you want to master how to use technical analysis, you must know how to play with your resistance and support level effectively. Whether you are using a volume, you are using a chart pattern, you are using a candlestick, you are using a price action, anyone you are doing, you must understand your support and resistance level. Once you're able to do that, I will tell you that you know how to know exactly how to identify a rebound or where you want to identify a breakout or a correction. Once you know all this, you are good to go. In technical analysis, use support and resistance level to identify price points on your chart where the probability will favor. Is it going to be a pause? Is it going to be a reversal? Is it going to be a continuation of trend? It's going to maintain the previous trend. This is what you want to look. This is why you need to look at this when you are using a support level. Also, support level occurs when a downtrend is expected to pause due to some concentration of demand or supply in that level. Then another one is the resistance level occur when there is an uptrend. An uptrend is expected to pause temporarily due to concentration of supply. You can see or demand. You can see how it plays. It depends on the one you are doing. If it is pulling back, you should know that when there is concentration of demand, at that point where it has come down, it's not like in a technical analysis when you are using you are using your overbought and the oversold region. When you see at the oversold region is almost dead with the support level. Why overbought region is almost dead with resistance level? You must know how to marry all this to know exactly. You read what I just said. Support level occur when a downtrend is expected to pause due to a concentration of demand. Like I can see when market is pulling back, it is level we get to at that oversold region. You can see that people are tired of selling. You can see that term, you can see that demand will start coming in, and that gradually that is where you see an uptrend, a reversal from there to take off, because people are valuing that at that price, this is how far I can go, and they're resting there. As demand comes there, also when it's going up, you get to that resistance level. When the supply at that point is not there, everybody wants to sell. What you see again start coming down. This is how everybody wants to supply at that top. That's why you can see the stock start coming down. These are how to move. You have to study also the psychology and the sentiment of the market. Market psychology played a major role in this kind of situation. As trader and investor, remember to always look at the past and also track or also react to the changing condition in the market is very, because market react to what, to news, market react to sentiment. You need to know exactly what is the psychology, what is sentiment in the market. That will tell you. And also sentiment and psychology will be driven by information or policies or things that are happening, either coming from economy, coming from the company, coming from the, environment, either accidental or anything like that. These are factors that will also influence the what market. If it's coming from government as policy, it's coming as, for factors in the industry, coming as company performance, coming as also the product of the company, or not the market share, the earnings, or when it comes, it's going to change the face of the market. The last one we want to look at here, the last point here, that support and resistance level area can be identified on the charts using your trend line and moving average. These are indicators. You know that, don't forget that trend line. I always say anything you are doing, drawing trend line is very, very important. If you take if you also take a, let for example now on this chart, what not online. If you take your 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 trend line and draw it here like this, at this point, put it here, and also you can probably come down here and also, take it down here. This index itself, sorry, this index, you can see that this is what we call also, cyclical word triangle. This is what we call a symmetrical triangle. You can see here that it came down here, but at this point, you can see it's side trending. That's not broken out, that's not broken down, but now side trending. A breakout here or breakout will confirm whether the market will continue up or down. This is how that in anything you have to know how to draw your trend line. Trend line also help you to bring down the picture of where the market is going at that particular time. That's why indicators are also very important. Moving average is another indicator you can use a lot to read the price and what and to get the moving average of the price and to see where there is position of buying position or selling position. Once you're able to read it together, you are good to go when it comes to what investing. Yes, before we go further, so the market, look at what the state of the market as we speak now. The state of the market at this hour is that market is slightly in red. Market is trading at 53,144.95, losing 56.22. That means the market is down negative 0.11%. No, market is down. And also, if you look at the market breadth as we speak now, I'll tell you the market is on a negative breadth. We're having 14 losers against 6 gainers. And among the 14 losers, we're seeing the Royal Exchange is one leading, followed by LBN Holding, the Champion Brewing, Japan Gold, and the Transcorp. Others in that category are GT Gold, you can see UBA, Owando, Access Corp, and Waku. These are still among those in that category of decliner at this hour. This midday already, market can change, but as we speak now, we're having 14 losers against 6 gainers. The 6 gainers is led by Len Africa, followed by Sunu Assurance, then Cornerstone Insurance, and Consolidated Hallmark Insurance. Then the last one there is Nigeria Brewery MP. These are the stocks that are on the gainer start as we speak now. But if you look at the volume of the market, yes, volume is relatively not too high, very below. That's why market is trading below is average. They're moving out trading volume average as we speak. But the stocks that are top in terms of volume are FCMB, followed by Transcorp, and also you can see Waco among those stocks. You can see when it comes to volume, activities are going on in that kind of stocks. You can see volume in FCMB, Transcorp, Waco, and Codv Business Solution, and Access Corp. These are the top in terms of volume, in terms of activities this hour. It tells that the market is waiting for what? It's waiting for a trigger. You can see a reversal trigger. Like I just said, if market at this junction now, where we are today, there are 3 things that you need to look at this point. The market is here. One, you need to see what is the what we call the margin of pressure or momentum at this point ahead of earnings. Is it why I will see improved momentum here, or just flat? It still start trending. You need to know exactly what is happening, or you see market raging. You need to know. Also, you need to look at like I just said when I was explaining the market, what you expected if inflation hit 18% in May. Are we expecting that in the next MPC meeting that CPN also equally hike rate to 14 points or above 14 points? You know what it is. When it goes above 14, it's going to be a threat to both equity market and everything in the economy. At that time, cost of funds very high. That also stop kind of expansion And also don't forget already we're seeing other cost. Then if cost of fund is included, you can see that it will be very difficult for some companies to survive, especially some manufacturing company will be finding it difficult to manage the cost of what of phone at the same time cost of materials and other things that also already had. Then at this point also when the market is at this kind of point to break out or it's time for you to work or go into the evaluation of your position to see the assets you have here, the stock you have here, is it the one that you want to take profit or those also you want to look at the pattern of individual stocks where you have your portfolio to see where they are heading. Once you're able to do that, you now find a direction for the stock where you are and now see whether you should sell some down, take profit, or you should accumulate more. And these are what we'll be discussing in the next coming masterclass. But to speak now, before we go to individual stocks, for individual stocks, we want to look at the pattern for Learn Africa. We want to look at what is happening in MB. For those that don't, I don't want to comment that to buy or sell, but I'll give you a chart to look at what the chart is doing. Look at what is happening FBN holding. Last time I wanted to look at it. Then also look at what is happening in Transcorp. Transcorp is told that we need to watch what is happening also in WAPCO and FBN. Sorry, FCMB. You can see FCMB, WAPCO, FBN holding, and Transcorp, Nigeria Brewery, and Learn Africa. If time permits us, these are the ones we're going to look at. But before going to look at them, I want to look at the market news. As speak today is the price adjustment for the dividend. Today is the price adjustment for FBN holding for a dividend of 35 kobo, given to investor or declared by directors. Today is the markdown for that 35 kobo, and also Dangote Sugar AGM is ongoing now. Today, somewhere now as to speak. These are the market news as to speak now. But quickly, we want to look at the market. Let's call our indicators here to see how the market is looking at. We have seen the what we call the index action. But let's look at other indicators to know exactly what the market is doing. In terms of that, let's look at let's take yes, our ADS is very important this time. We want to see the strength of the market, the strength of the trend, where it's going. Is it a trend that we can trust? We need to look at that too. Let's look at the MACD, money flow, and what and our T line. Our T line, if you are part of this class, you know that our T line is what is 8 days moving average exponential. 8 days moving average exponential is our T line. It's very, very important to help you catch where the market is going from where it is, and also as we speak now. If you look at the T line, what I explained before now when I was then discussing the resistance and support level, you can see that the market is trending. You can see here it's still moving on the right, has not broken up down or up. It's a good one. You can see it after forming a double top, a triple top here. Market has not break out up or down. It's a good one, but let's still wait. But still that the fall traded so far is very still small. Here you can see the trend. The strength on the trend is still high, because as we speak now, MACD, sorry, ADS is trading almost 45 for me. It's a good one at this hour. It's a good one. And money flow is turning up already. Even when MACD also, I see MACD. If you look at this histogram here, MACD is still bearish, but you can see that try to reduce to go to the other side. But until this blue one cross the red one up, where we can say it has confirmed an uptrend. But as we speak now, on the day chart, money flow is looking up here. Let's quickly go to 1 hour chart before we move to other. Let's go to 1 hour chart of the stock. 1 hour chart now in the market as we speak. I can see on a 1 hour chart the market is not looking too good. Yes, it is trending as you can see from here. As it is trending here, it has not broken down the T line, on the top of the T line. But I'll tell you that the market is not looking too good here. It's not looking too good here. It's very weak. The momentum is down here. You can see that money flow is as low as almost below 12. For me, it's not too good. But let's watch individual stock how they are performing. We'll start with Learn Africa here. Let's start with Learn Africa. Let's start with Learn Africa. Let's start with Learn Africa. See what is happening there. What is the momentum that was that is going on in Latin Africa at this hour? Learn Africa. On the 1 hour chart, you can see Len Africa will tell you it's still very positive. On one, you can look at this MACD directional movement. You can see here, you can see positive move here. Then you can see straight above the T line on 1 hour chart. Money flow is not too good. And MACD is already confirming an upturn here, and a positive one can see it here for 1 hour chart. But let's look at a day chart for the stock. At a day chart, it's almost been touch ourselves. No, 2 naira 37 kobo. Good one. You can see that it's bullish. You can see your know the what we call the ADS is still strong above 26. You can see no 20, almost around the 34, which is good. So also MACD is still positive. You can see that turned bullish already. Money flow is looking up slightly. And like today is Monday and Tuesday, first trading of the week, and it's also looking up. Let's see if this trend will be sustained ahead of the company, full year audited account. We have seen the unaudited account and it looks a bit okay. And if that will support a good payout, we might see the price continue this uptrend. If you're in this kind of position, I would advise you to still hold your position for the stock. Okay, let's quickly also look at what is happening in MB. Quick one before we go to LBN holding. Let's look what is happening in MB. It's very, very important because of our time. For those that are in that position, this is what is happening there. You can see at this point on a day chart, you can see it tested up today, but that pulled back to speak. It went as high as almost 17 naira this morning. But that it has come back to around the 64 at this hour. But you can see that MACD is still turning up. You can see here a sign of strength coming. Money flow is looking up. Then look at the stock, take decision on what to do. Then let's quickly look at the LBN holding. FBN holding. Look at FBN holding. Let's see what is happening there. FBN holding as to speak. You can see that I will say this stock don't jump in now. You need to confirm a breakout before you can see here is to kind of sell off here, and I see where it is until all this is finished and come back and break out before you can see that I broke down trailing below the T line for more than a week now, almost getting to 2 weeks has been below the T line. Means that a sign of weakness on a daily chart. Yeah, you can see it here. Money flow is almost at 78, almost 80, but I'll tell you, MACD, it's not a still bearish, and you can see that the ADS is still not too, yeah, marginally above 20, around 25% on a day chart. But let's look at 1 hour chart on this stock. For both the day chart is not looking too good. I would advise you hold on. You want to take position on that stock to confirm before you jump in. On a 1 hour chart, it's almost coming to cross the T line. We will see resting on T line now. You can see that it's still trying to resist decline here. So let's watch and see. It touched as low as almost 99 naira 90 kobo this morning before you can see it here. Let's watch and see how the stock will go. But I would advise if you want to buy the stock, wait to confirm the stock to cross the T line up before you jump in into the stock. And today the mark down. Let's see how far it will go before you can also take position in the stock as we speak. Then let's quickly look at because of our time. Let's look at WAPO before we call it a day because our time is fast spent. Look at WAPO, look at WAPO, look at WAPO together. Yes, WAPO on the 1 hour chart is not looking too sweet. You can see here, red here, you can see that it's rotating on top of the T line, and you can see good volume on that stock, and it's also crossing down, but money flow is looking up on the stock. So let's see, it's a missed signal was in terms of indicators, but looking at the candles, price action and the T line, I'll tell you that it's trading below the T line marginally on a 1 hour chart. But let's go to a day chart that will give us the full low position of the stock. As we speak now, it's trading below the T line on a high volume. You can see trading above is the average traded volume for today, which is also want to look at. And money and MACD is becoming positive. But you can see a good move here, but this move for me is not a good one. It's almost coming down. It's a signal that the stock is weak and the money flow is looking down on a day chart. But for me, I would say you watch and see how far before you can drop. Since it's looking down, wait for a good support level where you can form a double top. You can see that this place has become a strong resistance level here, here. You can see get to that level before you can jump in and see how far to go. This one is a good one to go. Let us see confirm an entry point for us to jump into the stock as we speak. Yes, thank you very much for being with us for this while. Then welcome back from the holiday. Let's look forward for tomorrow. But as I said earlier, make time, and already people have started making payment for the master class. And I'm surprised that the rate of people are making payment this morning, yesterday, and today. That people are already taking time to know that they need to kind of avoid their own mistake. You really want to avoid your own mistake and also reduce your loss. Those that have lost money before, it is an opportunity again for you not to lose money, for you to know the right stock to buy. Because within now and February, uncertainty because of election, yeah, we have seen that the primary went successfully. As we are looking forward to see the issue and agenda, politics. Let's see what each team or each presidential candidate asks for Nigeria. That was what form the voting pattern. Don't forget that also youth are ready to take action. I believe that youth might not have it all this way, but I'm happy that we're getting ourselves together and believing that in 2027 we'll see youth taking advantage of all this what I'm seeing playing out. I see that the social media everywhere people are trying to get information on how to go about this voting. Let's see how it goes, but I'll tell you the agendas of the manifestos or the policies or what they have in mind or what they have, and also I tell you that in Nigeria we are good in formulating policies. All the policies might be looking sweet for you. You have to look at who also among them were able to implement these policies. Before now, if you look at Nigeria history, we are good in making good policies, we are good in writing good policies and publishing it, reading it after every time. But when it comes to implementation, you see it differs. That's why we need somebody among the presidential candidates that understand the area we are taking about. I tell you, if you want to drive the economy, the private sector, the capital market, every other thing has to be in place. Security, who have the capacity to do all this, who have the experience to do all this, so that we can see at the end of the day, we have a better economy for us to call Nigeria. Then for me, I look forward to see you tomorrow. And also, I will tell you that tomorrow will be the last for this week. I will be around from Thursday till we'll come up again by God's grace or after tomorrow on Monday. But I'll tell you, take advantage of what you have shared. Look at your portfolio and operation needs. Say also, don't forget whenever we share the link, always send that to your family, friends, your colleagues, so that they can equally take advantage of the information we are sharing and also make money from the market. The link is there. Share it. Go to the YouTube. Also subscribe as we post different information there, different videos, analyst hangout, market update from different. Apart from what we're doing here, you get information, you get what to guide you, you get news, you get how to take question on information that we have not gotten on the platform, our WhatsApp group, everything we're sharing information. I will impact your portfolio positively. Yes, we look forward to see you tomorrow. I say God bless you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow.